Hello and welcome to the Hedonistic Way Online Summit, unadulterated pillow talk with global thought leaders who are disrupting the status quo, kicking ass in life and business, and living stereo-untypical success. I am in bed with Dani Strong from Living with Vitality. She is a certified holistic nutrition and lifestyle coach. Her sole purpose is to empower women to live their best life. And she does that by aligning their mind, body, spirit, and taking them on a journey of nutrition, combining nutrition with self-discovery. Something that I love about Dani is her approach it's realistic and it's unique. And I really feel like her gift she's able to tap in and reframe your thinking in order to live a life with no restrictions whatsoever. So you don't feel like you're sacrificing your life in order to look or be or live a certain way. And we're going to have a conversation about self, but also around how our mindset towards nutrition can affect our business as well. So welcome.
Thank you, Renee. What an amazing introduction. I was just like, oh wow, amazing. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. It's I really do, like, that's something that I love about what you give, and it's really it's refreshing.
Thank you.
You know?
And you know, Renee, the more I sit in this space and the more I do what I do, it's flipping on its head what we are told out there.
Yeah.
We're always told you should eat this, you should do that, you should exercise here, and you know, there's so many shoulds.
Yeah.
So like you said, when you remove that should, and the intention is how do you want to feel,
Yeah.
and then how can you create a life where you feel amazing, or you feel vibrant, or you want to feel energized in the morning.
Yeah.
What is it that you need to get there? So like you said, all of a sudden the restriction is lifted and you're just living a life that feels amazing.
Absolutely. I find that even like for myself, but even in conversations with friends and everyone around us, in no matter what circle kind of you're in, is that it affects everybody. And we've had this conversation before, is that I think we're so gullible in terms of we're wanting to believe how we should eat or be or live, you know, and we just absorb and take on information without actually using any discernment as to if it's actually right for us. And the amount of time and energy we spend with the guilt around everything that we're doing or not doing, or putting into our mouths or not putting into our mouths.
Help women actually create a lifestyle where they are not reacting to life, they're responding.
Yes.
And that's such a powerful position to be in. And that's it, when we're spoon-fed all of these different things and these images of women with a six-pack and a bikini, who has worked really, really hard to get there, and that's her life.
Yeah.
Perfect. But that's not realistic for so many other women.
Yes.
And that's where you're losing control and you're comparing yourself with something that is completely unattainable for your lifestyle.
Yes.
So, again, how it manifests in your business is that your day runs away with you, that mind noise is there, it's in your energy field.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like the glint in the eye, your skin feeling amazing. If you're not listening to what your body is truly telling you that it needs to nourish, not only your body, but your mind, your body, and your spirit, it's going to show. And your day is just going to run away with you, and you won't accomplish much in your business in that day, and then there's that snowball effect.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, just to, I guess, recap on what you just said, there's a real sense of not only by not listening to what you're intuitively guided to nourish your body with, to sustain your energy to get through the day, it's also you're not going to be as productive because of all the mind chatter. And I guess as well is that if people are reading and picking up on that energy, is they're not going to, whether you're using video marketing or whether you're, you know, on a sales call or whatever, is that people aren't going to believe in you.
That's exactly it.
So you're not going to make money.
That authenticity, it's been quashed by the bullshit out there.
Yeah.
So if we're not being true to ourselves, it's just so evident on camera, even in the wording that you use in your Facebook posts or your social media posts.
Yeah.
If you aren't feeling that intention from in here, it shows. And like you say, you're not going to get that sale, or you're not going to get the connection and that engagement that you're so desiring.
Yeah.
So somewhere along the line, women and some men have been told that we've got to follow this person and copy that person and eat this and do that and exercise here and do this, as opposed to actually truly desiring and doing what we want to do. And that is a really interesting thing for me, and I think a lot of it comes from media, and especially now that we've got, you know, our smartphones and we've got so much access, quick access to all of this in here, but that doesn't matter. It's what's in here and what's up here, but we lose touch with that. This and this is more than enough.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's how we've worked, or that's how we're kind of born to work. You know, like we're born with these gifts to tap in, and hundreds of thousands of years ago, that's just what was done, you know. But we've come in, you know, with it, you know, was the information age, and, you know, all of these things, as we've just, everyone's giving you so much information, and if you package shit up beautifully, people are going to buy it, right? And it's really interesting to watch our desire, and myself included, is we still want that quick fix. So what would you say to people who are going, okay, like I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start, and I'm feeling a little bit shit. What can I do to help build momentum into feeling better?
Absolutely, and you know, you nailed it. It's that feeling better.
Yeah.
So what I encourage women to do is get a journal out and write down everything they want to feel in their day and in their life. So energized, healthy, bright. I want to run around with my kids. I want to be able to go to the beach and wear a swimming costume or bikini and feel comfortable. I want to be able to wear all of my wardrobe, not just a fraction of a few outfits that make me feel okay. I want to be able to, well, like I said before, play with my kids and just enjoy the day and live with vitality and all of those things that you want to feel. And then how do we get there? Then I say, or I ask women to write down all of the foods in the moment that they know are fresh and healthy, that they like. So start making lists and start intuitively noting the foods that you enjoy. For example, about a month ago, I was craving mangoes. So I had mangoes. And then that craving went after a few days. And it's really intuitively digging in and asking yourself, what do I feel like in this moment? Some days you might feel like a glass of wine and a cheese platter with your partner, girlfriend. Great. Go and do. Because once that restriction is lifted, it's, you know, everything is on the table. You'll find that when you think into how do I want to feel and what do I feel like, this restricted food won't come up. Because it's on the table. You're allowed to have it whenever you want to. So nothing is off limits. So I think, just to kind of recap, the biggest thing that I would suggest is to write down in explicit detail how you want to feel, how you want to impact in society, in your family, in your networks, and ripple out. And how it looks, and then design your day and your food around that. And instead of, again, reacting, so, you know, we've had a terrible day, we're tired, we're stressed, we're emotional, it's that time of the month for women, and we turn to whatever vice. What else can we do in that moment? Do we need to have a massive hug with a friend or partner or our kids? What else can we do to get that result that we used to get from turning to food or alcohol?
Okay. So something that come up just then is, for me, and I don't know why, so I'll just trust that it's the question that I have to ask, is, you know, sometimes when you eat and afterwards you feel tired, is that an indication that it's not the right food?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So for me personally, when I do that, I either eat sugars, so
Yeah.
I'm like, woo, and I'm like, oh, and I have that crash.
Yeah.
Or it could be preservatives or grains of some sort.
Yeah.
So make a note, make a mental note of what you just had and how it made you feel afterwards. So tiredness is a big one, and almost all of the women that I work with say that they get their 3:30itis and they could just eat whatever is put in front of them to help them lift out of that tiredness.
Yeah.
So absolutely, Renee, it's a direct response to what you've eaten. Your body's like, I'm trying to process this, but I'm kind of shutting down a bit because I just need to work it out of your system.
Yes, absolutely. It's fascinating, isn't it? And something that a couple of days ago, actually, when you said that, is I was at home and my partner wasn't at home and the kids were there, but I was cooking dinner and I had music on and I was like, you know what? It would be really enjoyable to have a drink right now. And I went, but it's Tuesday and like I'm by myself. And then I actually thought of you because I went, no, like my body was actually saying, you would actually really enjoy this experience right now and just have a sip, cook dinner, enjoy the music. And I did it and I was completely guilt-free.
Gorgeous.
And I thought of you because, usually we have these conversations with ourselves and a lot of the time we're not even aware of it. So I love that you're saying if we give it attention.
That's it.
Then, and often that's all it takes, is giving it attention.
Yes, that's it. So looking at the why you wanted to have that drink.
Yes.
Because you were cooking dinner, you had music on, and it was going to make you feel great in that moment.
Yeah.
If you'd have had a terrible day, you needed a wine as a reward for that terrible day.
Yes.
That's where it starts becoming, it's a comfort of some sort.
Yes, that's right.
But if you're in that moment, and I'm a firm believer of this, that if you want it in the moment, then have it.
Yeah.
I love that. Nothing is off the table, as I said before. And it enhances life. It's bringing joy into a moment in your life. And what is wrong with that?
Yeah.
And we need to listen more. And like you just said, I love that. As soon as you bring attention to it, you can ask yourself that really simple question. What is my intention with this glass of wine or ice cream or whatever it is?
Yeah.
You could be at the beach with your kids, you want an ice cream, it's a beautiful hot day and it's running down your fingers and it's joyful.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah. And nothing is off the table or off limits, which I really, really like. Something that I also want to ask you is, you doing what you do, I'm trying to just kind of get an understanding as to where this is actually going. You bring such a grace and an ease to what you do, and it is, as I was saying before, it is so refreshing, and I really feel like you are really captivating an audience, and the ripple effect of that as to what it's had on your business. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. Oh, I'm so glad you asked that question because there is so much confusion in the industry, and I think people play on this confusion, which just makes me so mad.
Yeah.
Because it's then kind of scratching at that. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's right for me. Great, come and do this for 12 weeks. We're going to do this, and then see you later at the end of it.
Yeah.
And so when you simplify it, and when you just start checking in with yourself, it starts becoming really easy.
Yeah.
Because your body is going to tell you everything that you need in that moment. And Renee, because I'm so passionate about it, and most of my Facebook lives, I don't even plan.
Yeah.
It's like I have to get my message out there with such conviction that is when I really connect with women. And I get messages and comments saying, this is so refreshing. It's so nice to hear that there's no restrictions and you just live to enjoy your life and you eat to nourish, but you also eat in those joyous, amazing occasions that creates life. And the ripple effect is that I am calling in just the most amazing women that need my help and have tried diet after restriction, after mind noise, after a month of no alcohol, but they fail after 2 days.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that when you say, I'm not going to eat sugar for this week, the first thing, chocolate muffin, hello?
Exactly.
Because you're not allowed it.
Yes.
So again, when that restriction is lifted, you can have it and life becomes easier. And I think, that's why I recently rebranded my business Living with Vitality, because that is the ethos that I'm putting out there. To live with vitality means to live a full life where you're making yourself feel good and others around you. And you can't help but ripple out into those people that are wanting and ready to hear that message.
Absolutely. Those days where you don't feel like you're living with vitality. And so, we all still have them.
Absolutely.
So, what do we do on those days?
Do you know, this is such a prime moment for you to ask me this, because only yesterday I did a Facebook Live about that. It's almost that time of the month, ladies have it, and I wake up and I don't feel like doing anything, and you know what? I just take that pressure off. The days that I'm not feeling it and not expressing that vitality of bouncing out of bed, I'm kind to myself, and so I would maybe have gone to the gym on that day. I just go for a walk around the Botanic Gardens and ground and give my body and my soul exactly what it needs. And because of that, because I'm listening to my body and what I need, that is still living with vitality. So I tell my clients and the women that I work with, take the pressure off. There's no should, there's no I have to get this done, I have to do this. No, you don't. Just be kind and be gentle, and you'll see how much smoother your day goes.
Absolutely. So when we don't feel like showing up, so if we check in.
That's it.
If we check
every
in
morning, check in with yourself. How am I feeling today? And based on how I'm feeling, what's my intention for the day? If you're feeling on fire, my simple mantra is, today is going to be amazing. And if I'm not feeling it for any reason, today I'm just going to be kind to myself and others. I simplify it. I keep it so simple. I don't have to have all of these elaborate cards and things. No, just those 2 things.
Go through the spiritual personal development Olympics. That's what I call it.
Exactly. And okay, meditation has started to feature in my life quite a bit. And I do most mornings. Again, I don't do all mornings. I'd like to, but again, I lift off that restriction of I must meditate every single day. I'm getting there, but if I'm not, if I don't do it in the morning, I don't beat myself up. My day's no different because I don't. And again, out there are 1,000,001 ways that we can start our day. It's finding the right way for you. So for example, I'm a morning person when it comes to exercise. Some people like going after work or in the day. Some people hate the gym, some love it, some like dancing for exercise. None of it's wrong, none of it's right. It depends on the individual.
Absolutely. And I love what you say there about, allowing us that self-inquiry.
I love that.
And so even just from chatting to you now, like I'm getting a real sense of, it doesn't matter what area it is, whether it's what you're putting into your mouth, how you're feeling that day, what you actually want to do, but it starts with that self-inquiry first.
Absolutely. Do you know, I love that. I've actually never used that expression before, but you're so right, because not only are you asking yourself that question, but you're inquiring into your state of mind, how you're feeling. What do you feel like fueling and nourishing your body with and your day with? What is it that's going to make you feel great in this moment? And how can I get there? And so it's that constant check-in is going to make sure that this is kept happy and fulfilled, and that you're living to your values.
Absolutely.
And that is where that authenticity comes from.
So would you, on the days that I think you do feel a bit shit, and you kind of want to hide, would you still show up in your business and perhaps do a Facebook Live or a workshop or whatever it is? Like, how do you navigate through that?
Do you know, Renee, one of the most viewed Facebook Lives that I did was when I was supposed to go to CrossFit one evening. And CrossFit is full on. And if I'm not feeling it, you can't show up and fake it. You just have the worst workout and experience, and it's mentally and physically draining. I had put my gym gear on and my eyes were not sparkling, and I said, look, this is what I've got to share with you today. I'm not feeling it. I'm not going to CrossFit. I didn't go to CrossFit. And instead, I told the ladies that were watching what I did instead, and I took myself down to the ocean, and I sat, and I let the waves lap up onto my feet.
Beautiful.
And I tell you what, that is what got the sparkle back into my eye.
Yes.
And it's just allowing myself in that moment to not just push through and be, because again, I was showing them my vulnerability and my authenticity, and that is what creates a successful business, because we are only human, and we're gonna have those beautiful ebbs and flows in our life that makes us who we are. And by having that suit on and I've got this, and it's not real. It's just gonna repel people, not draw them in.
Absolutely. And I think that's especially when you're in our space, is that you it's really easy to feel like you have to know everything all the time and be across everything, and only show up when you're feeling like your peak performance, right? But what I'm finding is, like, the posts, the blog posts, whatever it is the more exposed I feel, or the more vulnerable I feel with that share, it resonates with people. It gets the most engagement, it gets the most reach, you get the messages, you get everything else, is because I think that there's a real beauty in allowing people to see your vulnerability.
Absolutely, and then in that in turn, you're giving them permission to show theirs as well. When they felt like they just had to have this front on, I got this. And I'm sure you know, as a mum and a busy woman, that we are so good at having this, I've got this, I'm going to power through, I've got it. And at the end of the day, you're so fraught and you're not being yourself.
Absolutely.
And again, that's a big part of why I do what I do, because my ethos is for women to live a life that sets their soul on fire, starting with themselves. So the love that they give to their partners and their family and their children, the effort they put in at work with their colleagues and their networks, so some of them don't even matter. Imagine the love that they put into others, into themselves, how much more phenomenal this world would be.
Absolutely.
I posed this question the other day in an article that I was writing for a magazine, and this notion excites me, that if every single woman gave herself that immense love that she gives to everyone else, how different and beautiful would this life be?
Absolutely. And you know what as well, is that the conversations that we have with ourselves, or how critical we are of ourselves, we would never do that to anybody ever.
Why do we get it to ourselves?
Ever. But yet, I was saying something to, like, Chris yesterday, and he was like, you are so critical of yourself. He's like, you are so harsh on yourself. But to be reminded by that, like, I love that too, is that you can surround yourself with people who can actually call you on your shit.
Love that.
As well, but do it with absolute love. Because I was able to go, oh yeah.
You're right.
You're right. And I do need to be gentle and kind on myself. And I know for me that in the morning, if I spend the first hour, or I get up and I meditate before I go out there and be a mum and greet the girls for the first time in the morning, if I meditate, if I journal, if I exercise, whatever that looks like, is I greet them with love in my heart.
Oh, your cup is so full.
Like, it's, I'm like, mwah.
Love that, I felt that.
And I'll do it to both of them, and they'll be there like, oh. Or sometimes they'll ride their eyes. Sometimes they'll be like, good morning, and other times they're like, Mom, But as opposed to, if I don't have that, I walk out and I'm like, what do you want for breakfast? It's almost like I resent the day before I even greet it, you know, because I haven't had that moment to check in. So I think that's really important.
I'm so pleased you brought that up, because it's that whole saying of self-care is not selfish.
No.
It's essential.
Yeah.
As women, we give the whole time, and that's why we need to have our boundaries in place.
Yeah.
And for you, starting your day like that is perfect, because you're greeting the world and your daughters and your husband exactly as you want to, as you want to show up, and actually as the woman that you are.
Yeah.
When we're reacting, it's like, oh, the morning started, here we go. That's not you.
Yeah.
And that's not a lot of the women out there. And they say to me, I'm this miserable, frustrated, irritable woman. That's not me.
Yeah.
I know. And then I ask them, when's the last time you had 5 minutes of unadulterated time just for you to do something you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have time for that. No, you don't have time.
Yeah.
We are busy.
Yeah.
But that 10 minutes of getting up earlier and just doing whatever it is that you want to is so essential.
Absolutely.
And through the day, when you're feeling like that
check in.
elastic band is about to snap,
Yeah.
just pull back a little bit, take 5,
Yeah.
and your cup is just going to be refilled again.
Right.
Can't pour from that empty cup. I don't like these quotes, but it's so true, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got to take care of yourself.
And it doesn't need to be time consuming either, you know. I had some feedback with the hedonistic way from someone, and they said it was, you know, the hedonistic way was pure debauchery and really self-indulgent. And I was, you know, I kind of checked in and I smiled, and because I just went, you know what, I've spent 40 years trying to please other people, and it's impossible to please other people, and you know what, it's not my responsibility. And if I can be a little bit self-indulgent, because for 90% of my day I'm not, I'm serving others, I'm showing up, and I'm doing what I have to do, and I do it selflessly. And you know, and sometimes is it obligation, responsibility, whatever, absolutely. But I find that time for me, I show up as a better parent.
Absolutely.
I show up as a better partner. In every facet, because I find that if I don't, I'm relying on them to fill my cup, and that's not their responsibility.
And that's a dangerous game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It is.
I've been guilty of doing the same as well. I'm not happy, you make me happy.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
And you know, just that I felt, and that brought up a lot for me. The first thing I thought was, well, she's not your tribe.
Yeah.
Or that person's not your tribe.
Oh, absolutely.
And the second thing is that when you are living a life that you're actually really loving, it brings out that resentment in this other person, because they're not loving their life, they're not enjoying their life, they're not putting themselves in that moment of coming first to be their best for everyone else. So it starts triggering people, and I've had a few messages saying as well, oh, well, if only I could. You can do whatever you like. You're just choosing not to. And they're not my tribe, and that's absolutely fine. And you're absolutely right in saying that, again, it's not selfish. It's a blessing for you to show up as you need to and want to by having these beautiful moments to yourself. And it you know, it blows my mind that people think that it's selfish and indulgent and debaucherous. You know, it's just, it's not the intention.
No, that's right. And the whole point is to find pleasure in all moments, you know, and honour all moments as well. And I think that's why, you know, you and I resonate so well, is because it's okay, you know what, if you're feeling shit, and you can honour that and check in.
Big time.
You know, and you can actually find pleasure in that. So it's not just about, it's just honouring where you are in that moment.
Journey, isn't it? Like you said, that's beautiful, because life ebbs and flows. We're not going to be feeling it every day. And by just pushing aside that negative emotion is going to resurface somewhere else in the day. And in terms of what I do, it might resurface in that glass of wine, or the half block of chocolate instead of 2 squares, or the extra ice cream that you had that you didn't really want, but it was trying to fill that hole of, I'm not addressing how I'm feeling. So again, when you have that self-inquiry, I love that. I might just start coining that one. I love it. When you start having that self-inquiry and just checking in, today I'm just not feeling it, and I'm going to honour that moment, because you know what? I'm going to come out of it so much quicker. I've got it, I'm alright, I'm fine. It's going to smash you in the face because you're not fine.
That's right. And I love what you just said, is that's so true, is that if you honour that in that moment, it might be an hour or half a day or a day, rather than 3 days, 5 days, or a week or a month later. And your body's still trying to go, hello,
listen to me.
I'm trying to tell you this.
And then bringing it back to how it impacts the business. You're just not in flow for that week, weeks or months.
Exactly.
Of not addressing that core, whatever it is that's going on.
That's right. And a month or a week of not showing up in your business, the ripple effect of that is absolutely huge. Like, you lose money, you lose traction, you lose so much tangible things that it's just not worth it. And there is a much more easy, graceful way. Absolutely.
You just nailed 2 of my words for 2018.
Really?
Ease and grace.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting. I was in New Zealand with my partner for Christmas with his family, and I took all breaks off. Nothing was off limits. I said to myself, you don't have to work. Guess what I ended up doing every day? I opened up my laptop and I started creating some what I call kick-ass content, because I was so in flow, and that ease and that grace was just there because I lifted off all of the restrictions and stop gaps, and I just allowed myself to be.
Beautiful.
And it's amazing when you just lift off everything, how empowering it is just to, you actually go and do whatever it was that you actually were going to. You don't have to work today or this week, but because that's my calling and my passion, I just did it anyway.
And that's it. And it's liberating when you are in that flow, and it feels good to be able to create. And I think that's what it is, isn't it? Is you're able to create and honour that, what you're feeling within, and to bring that out. It's so beautiful, you know, in that. And like yesterday I wrote a poem, and I was crying as I was writing it, because I feel the journey of every single line.
Oh God, and do you know, that's why I freaking love you, Renee, because you literally, I've told you this before, you literally bring out the depths of my soul in each word, and I'm like, how does this woman do it?
Because it's each word, when it comes out, I feel it. I literally, and it'll probably sound really crazy, but I do actually literally feel the words float through my body.
Wow.
And so when I type them, they come from the depths of my soul, and I feel every single emotion behind every single word. And so, you know, for me, being able to, it's one thing to be able to bring that out, and that, you know, and with that heart and that feeling and that intensity, but to be able to say that out loud and deliver that is a completely up-leveling of, you know, and the same as, I guess for the same, and I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud now, is that I think that's the difference between, you know, deeply authentic business and not, is that we feel it, and because we allow ourselves to feel every single thing, like you say, with no restrictions, you are able to bring this to life and birth something beautiful. And the ripple effect of that now for you has been an elegant, beautiful experience that you're taking your tribe on.
Absolutely. Oh God, that just so fell for me.
Yeah.
And it's true. I haven't created this. I haven't dreamt up what I'm going to do to get there.
Yeah.
I've just shown up as me every single day.
Yeah.
And I've spoken exactly about what's on my mind. So, you know, a lot of business people will say, I schedule everything for the next month, quarter, year. That gives me a nightmare. I am forever changing and growing and evolving. That I can't possibly know that the words that I put out for months down the track are going to be the words that I wanted to put out months down the track. So it's, you know, it works for some people, fine, but for me, it doesn't. And again, bringing it back to the nutrition side of things, that way of eating will work for somebody, but it certainly won't for me, so why would I do it? And it's, again, listening, just coming back home to that truth. It's always
if you scheduled a post when today you should eat an apple, but you scheduled it for 6 months' time.
That's it.
It goes against everything you believe in,
Every single thing.
Everything you believe in. So, and that's what I love about you, is that you just... You teach, you lead by example, and you lead with such honour and integrity. But you know what I love more is that I'm so happy, and I feel even emotional just saying it, because it gives me hope, and it gives everybody watching hope, is that we can actually build a business and build a successful business without feeling like we have to be someone that we're not, you know. And when you do it with such integrity, the experience or the funnel that you take your tribe on, it creates itself, and it's not forced.
That's it. We were having a chat off camera of, I've found a system that does work, and I've surrounded myself with a tribe that supports me, fully being me. I've got a heart-centered business mentor who has helped me do all those things that I just have no idea about. So she's helping grow me as a person, helping me put things into place that, first of all, the idea of it, I was like, oh, I don't know. She's like, trust. And I just adapted it, made my own. And like you say, it's not just a funnel, it is a beautiful journey. And I know I'm on the right track when I've got my group calls going on, and the women that I've called in to work with are all just bouncing off each other. I have to hold back the tears. Because I know that is I'm on the right track. This is telling me, my inner compass is telling me that everything that I'm doing is perfect for me in this moment.
Absolutely. I love that. I just, rocks my world.
Oh, same.
Rocks my world. And that's when you're able to sit back, when you're able to make the change that you're making, and you're able to actually do what you love, enjoy a wildly successful business, but at the end of the day, or in the moment, you can sit there with such humility and pride about what's going on in front of you, what you've created, is such a beautiful way to live life, isn't it?
Thank you, it is. And you know, Renee, as women, and I know some men as well, we are so quick to go, great, I've done that, what's next? What's next? Rather than actually fully sitting back and saying, I've created this beautiful bed that we're lying on, these cushions, my lifestyle, my world, my partner, my day. I've created this. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
It's pretty freaking amazing.
Exactly. You're doing what you want to do, when you want to do it.
A little secret, I do my calls pretty much wearing underwear, sometimes nothing, because I'm just being myself. We couldn't do that in a 9-to-5 job. No way.
No way. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Renee.
Thank you. It's been such a beautiful conversation, and I love your wisdom. And if you guys want, Dani's got the start to her experience. She's got a download that you can, I will say a download, it's not even a download.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. And I've completed it, and it's a beautiful touch point and foundation to start that self-inquiry that we've been talking about. So it's a free download. I'm going to put the link below so you guys can go directly to it. But before we go, I want to know 3 things, and just rapid fire come at me. What is your nickname?
I don't have a nickname right now, but I used to be Lola the Showgirl.
Really?
Yes. Back in the day,
I've got a nickname for you.
Go.
Buns.
I love it.
Can I call you Buns?
Yes. Where does Buns come from?
Because you've got such a great ass.
Do you know, a little bit of the gym, but my mum as well.
Really?
Caribbean heritage, we always have great booty, so thank you, Mum.
Yeah. So Buns,
I will take Buns, gladly.
Awesome. Okay. I couldn't sleep last night, as I was saying to you before, and I was thinking about your nickname. I wonder what it is. If she doesn't have one, I think it should be Buns.
There we go. There's my nickname. Call me Buns, peeps.
What is on your bedside table?
I've got crystals, salt lamp, and the magic book I've just started reading.
It's beautiful. It is.
It's my little haven.
Yeah.
And my table's from Kmart. Not that people can see it, but
no, you can't see it in the
table.
shop, but it looks like a little altar of just succulent goodness.
It just makes me feel good. And I love having things around me that makes me feel good.
And she's got a journal as well.
Every evening I journal 3 things that I'm grateful for, and 3 things that I'm proud of for either learning about myself or achieving.
Beautiful.
And then as Andrew and I come to bed, we do a little pat on the back. What are we proud of in each other and in ourselves as well?
Beautiful.
It's such a nice way to close off the day.
Oh, absolutely. It is, definitely. What is turning you on at the moment?
Conversations like this, Renee, coming back home to the truth, the realness.
Yeah.
You know, just women, men, groups, connections. And I see, you know, beautiful videos on Facebook of that vulnerability and authenticity, and that truth is just turning me on, because when we come home to our truth, there's nothing more powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think once you start to honour that within yourself, you start to really see the beauty of everybody around you that's doing the same thing. And it's beautiful, isn't it? And to witness somebody else's truth and vulnerability, I think it's such an honour.
Absolutely.
You know, because it can take a lot to crack open, you know, that. And once you do, it's just magical, isn't it?
And I got to ask you, Renee, that question, what is turning you on right now?
You know what? Driving here today, I was actually thinking, you know what? I am just loving these conversations. Like, if I could do nothing else with my time, I would be doing this.
Beautiful.
I would be having these amazing conversations, capturing them, so then we can spread that out, you know, and people can witness people being vulnerable and having these unadulterated conversations that aren't filtered or diluted. I think that that's an absolutely beautiful thing. So that's what I'm loving at the moment, and I just love writing. If I could just write all day long, and so that's what's turning me on.
Please keep writing, because your poems, amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. I'm going to put Dani's details below this video, and if you got any questions, I know that Dani would be more than happy to answer any questions, and feel free to connect with Dani. She's all over everything. But thank you so much, gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so honoured that our paths have
I'm just
connected.
It blows me away. I feel like I've known you forever.
I know, same. I feel very
Just
lucky.
a few months. Crazy.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.